What up, YouTube? And welcome to Count Blogathor's hentai and metal music review YouTube channel. And I'm your host, Count Blogathor. Now today, we're actually going to be taking on a more somber tone because we'll be discussing Wintersun's new crowdfunding project, the Forest Seasons. Now, I'll tell you in this video why this is a bad idea and why you're a fucking idiot if you throw your money at this band. But I'm gonna start it off by saying, I'm a huge Wintersun fan. I'm an OG, you could call me. I got into them way back in the day in 2013 when I was just a boy getting into the metal life, the metal lifestyle. As you can see, I'm very into the metal lifestyle. At this point now in my life, I'm wearing the Blind Guardian hoodie. You can see this. Obviously you can see this, but for the audio listeners of this podcast, just like to get that in the frame. Anyway, I'm big into the metal lifestyle, and I got big into Wintersun, and I started following them on Facebook, following their antics, which a lot of you may know about, particularly those of lead singer, songwriter Jerry Manpaz, his Facebook page, his personal Facebook page, where he likes to troll his fans and tease new music, which of course is never going to come because he's fucking lazy. But I'll get to that later. I don't want to trash talk him too much because this man has produced some music that I truly love to the core of my being. I love singing along to the Viking chants that Jerry makes in his music. But a couple years back, Jerry announced the original crowdfunding project for Time 2, the album that was supposed to come out, the album that everybody wants. We were promised the sequel to the Time 1 album, and that's what disappoints me the most about this whole thing. It's not Time 2. It's the Forest Seasons. I wanted Time 2. Now I don't know when I'm going to get Time 2. Time 1 was good. It was epic. But Time 2 was promised to be even more good and more epic. And now, we're just getting this bullcrap, the Forest Seasons, which, as I've heard, doesn't even have the word time in it. That's their whole fucking shtick. If anybody knows Wintersun, it's time. And what is a band without a shtick? Just some sounds. Anyway, I got a little bit off track there. I'm sorry. I was getting a little emotional. Anyway, so so we're 5 days into this crowdfunding project for the Forest Seasons, and first of all, what they asked for, just the base goal, is ridiculous. And if you're not sitting down right now, if you're perhaps standing and on a mobile phone and walking or driving, you're going to need to stop driving. You're going to need to pull over because this is going to be a big distraction for you. And you're going to stop walking and just pay attention to what I'm going to tell you right now, because it's going to shock your system to the core. They asked for 150,000 euros just to release their album. Essentially holding it ransom if they don't make this ridiculous amount of money. Ridiculous. You know, who's to say they ever would have made that? Maybe the album never would have come out. You know, Jerry has said on his Facebook page that he's prepared to take his music to the grave. To the grave. All because he just doesn't get his way with the label. And now that's a big thing. Is the struggle between Wintersun and Nuclear Blast. Mostly just Jerry's entitled ass asking for money for recording, like, guitar. You can just record that at home. They make microphones that you could use at home now, idiot. Anyway, and he wants to record vocals in a studio, which, who needs that nowadays? I mean, if they need this stuff, the label pays for all of it. That's what I don't get about this whole thing, is that they're on Nuclear Blast. They're on the same label as Blind Guardian. They're on the same label as Dimmu Borgir. They're on the same label as fucking Nightwish. And all these bands. These bands are all going in on a shoestring budget. And they're recording real live orchestras with real live people playing real live instruments. And that's a big deal. You know, Jerry here, all he does is just record synthesizers and overdub his little guitar. What does he need a studio for? I don't know. He's just an entitled little Finnish bitch. I said it. You're a little bitch, Jerry. You know, why don't you just record your shit on a boombox? Because that's what real metal bands do. You know, they put their shit together, and they scrape together dollars and cents, and they rent out shitty little studios for one day, and they go in and they record their album in one day. And you can do that too, Jerry. Give me a fucking break. My music's too epic. Yeah, too epic. I bet, actually, Jerry, that your sounds would benefit from lo-fi, because you hear that shit in high quality and you go, wow, this isn't a real instrument. This isn't real music. And that's another thing that I want to get to. This band is asking you 50 euros. That's a lot of fucking money. They're asking you 50 euros for essentially nothing. And I know what you're saying right now, and that's no, Lord Blogathor, that's not true. You're actually getting 4 albums along with the isolated tracks from the new album. Who cares? That's been done before by other bands, so Who gives a shit? That sounds cool on paper, but what is it? It's fucking nothing. It's ones and zeros, my man. It's data. If you want real music, you're gonna have to get something like this. Now, I bought this back when I saw the band, back before they were, selling out with this shit, begging for money. I bought this because this was when they made music. As we all know, this is the self-titled Wintersun album, which was recorded completely analog, on reel-to-reel tape and pressed directly to vinyl. And you can see this crisp, majestic album artwork. And now I want you to take a look at this, because I have up here the Wintersun Indiegogo page, right? And what they're offering you is just MP3s. It's nothing. It's some. But look at this. Look at this beauty. Look at this disc. Just look at the grooves here. Look at this shit. Yeah. That is music. This is feeling. This is physicality. This is what it really means to listen to music. Just hear what I'm doing. Like, MP3s are okay if that's all you got. But in the grand scheme of things, you're essentially ruining the music unless you listen on vinyl. For the real music enthusiasts, this is the only way. So, Wintersun asked for 150,000 euros for essentially nothing, just some bullcrap MP3s or FLACs or whatever it is that you use on your computer. I wouldn't know because I only listen to music. It's press to wax, buddy. Anyway, so they wanted 50 euros. It's 50 euros for that package, for a total of 150,000 euros. And right now they're sitting at 5 days in, mind you. This is 5 days in. 218,000 euros. And I know what you're thinking. And that's, well, so what? That's a good thing, right? Wrong. Because these people were fucking suckered into it. I mean, they know what they're getting, which is digital music, MP3s, PDFs, that kind of shit. But what they don't know is what's killing them. And that is the fact that they're not getting a vinyl release or even any cool merch. They're not getting anything physical that makes it essentially worthless in the grand scheme of things. Because music, like the sounds, that's only part of it. The physicality, being able to touch it and put it onto your Crosley turntable, that's music. And I honestly